Welcome back to the sanctuary of the unspoken, anything you want. In the deafening roar of the entertainment industry, where relationships are often treated as disposable commodities and love stories are written in the ink of scandal, it is rare to find a narrative that speaks of true healing. We are accustomed to the crash and burn cycles of celebrity romance, the passionate beginnings, the toxic middles, and the inevitable, noisy endings. But what happens when a couple decides to stop the cycle? What happens when two of the most scrutinized people on the planet choose silence over spectacle, and internal repair over public performance? Today, we are turning our investigative lens toward the couple that defines the very heartbeat of Turkish pop culture, Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel. For years, their relationship has been a roller coaster of high-octane emotion, scrutinized by millions and debated by the masses. But as the calendar turned to 2026, something fundamental shifted. The rumors of crisis have subsided, replaced by a whisper of profound transformation. We are not talking about a breakup, we are talking about a breakthrough. We are diving deep into the story of Kerem Bürsin's last wish, a secret desire he harbored for months, and the courageous, mature step Hande Erçel took to make it come true. This is a story about jealousy, self-awareness, professional help, and the quiet power of a New Year's resolution that actually stuck. Before we unlock the doors to their private New Year's Eve conversation and analyze the psychological shift that saved Hande, I must ask for your unwavering alliance. To ensure that our independent, in-depth storytelling continues to thrive in an algorithm obsessed with the trivial, please verify that you are subscribed to anything you want. And for those among you who wish to be the true patrons of this channel, the guardians of detailed celebrity analysis, I invite you to click the join button below. Your support is the gravity that holds this universe together. Now, lower the lights and open your minds. We are about to witness the evolution of a love story. To understand the magnitude of the peace they have found, we must first acknowledge the storm they weathered. The relationship between Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel has never been a simple affair. It has been a saga marked by extreme highs and dizzying lows, played out against the backdrop of relentless public adoration and intrusion. While their chemistry is undeniable, a force of nature that captivated audiences worldwide, the reality behind the scenes was often more complex than the fairy tale suggested. It was an open secret in the corridors of the industry that the couple struggled with the unique pressures of their fame. Specifically, the shadow of jealousy often loomed large over their dynamic. Hande Erçel, a woman whose every move is analyzed by millions, reportedly grappled with intense emotions regarding the atmosphere on set, the fervor of fan meetings, and the constant digital noise. This wasn't a malicious jealousy, but a suffocating one. Her intense attention, while born of love, created a subtle, pervasive pressure that slowly exhausted Kerem. He never expressed this hurtfully, he is too much of a gentleman for that. But in the quiet confidence of his inner circle, he admitted that these emotional oscillations generated a silent tension, a static interference that prevented them from finding a true, resting frequency. He loved her deeply, but he was tired of the turbulence. Enter the concept of the last wish. As 2025 drew to a close, Kerem Bürsin reportedly began to voice a singular desire to his closest friends. He didn't want a new car, a blockbuster movie role, or a lavish vacation. His wish was far more intimate and far more difficult to achieve. He wanted peace. He wanted to establish a line of communication that wasn't fraught with anxiety. He longed for a relationship where trust was the default setting, not a prize to be constantly won. This wish was interpreted by many as a turning point. It was the plea of a man who realized that love alone is not enough. Love requires an ecosystem of health to survive. He yearned for a partner who was at peace with herself, so that they could be at peace together. It was a wish for emotional equilibrium, a longing to escape the silent tension that had become the third wheel in their relationship. And remarkably, as the first days of the new year dawned, it seems the universe, and Hande, was listening. The turning point arrived on New Year's Eve. While the rest of the celebrity world was busy posting glitter-covered selfies from noisy parties in Dubai or Aspen, Karum and Hande chose the radical act of stillness. They retreated to a quiet environment, shutting out the noise of the world to tune into each other. It was in this sanctuary of silence that the conversation of a lifetime took place. Reports suggest that this was perhaps the most intimate dialogue of their entire relationship. Stripped of the distractions of fame, Hande Erçel reportedly lowered her defenses. She became acutely aware of the anxieties that had been plaguing her, and by extension, him. In a moment of raw vulnerability, she admitted that her feelings, her jealousy, and her need for control were unintentionally tiring the man she loved. This confession came as a shock to Karum, not because he didn't know it, but because he had never heard her own it so fully. It was the harbinger of the step he had been longing for, accountability. But accountability is nothing without action. Rumor has it that Hande Erçel didn't just apologize, she made a decision that has stunned the gossip circles with its maturity. She agreed to seek professional help to better understand her emotional balance. Let us be clear, this was not a decision born out of a crisis or an ultimatum. It wasn't a desperate attempt to save a sinking ship. On the contrary, sources emphasize that this stemmed from Hande's own desire to find a healthier path. She realized that to be the partner Karum deserved, and more importantly, the woman she wanted to be, she needed tools to navigate her inner world. This move is being interpreted in the world of celebrity gossip not as a weakness, but as an supreme example of courage. In a culture that often stigmatizes mental health support, Hande's willingness to do the work is a revolutionary act of self-love. Host/voiceover, we are looking at a level of maturity that is incredibly rare. Hande Erçel is showing us that the bravest thing you can do for your relationship is to work on yourself. I want to turn the floor over to you, the Anything You Want community. Do you think therapy and professional help should be normalized in relationships? Have you ever had to work on yourself to save a love? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, hitting the like button helps us continue to bring you these deep, psychological dives. For those who want to support our detailed storytelling directly, the join button awaits. If Hande is the hero of this story for taking the step, Karum is the anchor that made it possible. Sources close to the couple report that Kerem Bürsin has been her greatest champion during this process. He has supported her without judgment, without pressure, and with a patience that borders on saintly. He does not view her newfound awareness as a sacrifice she is making for him, nor does he see it as an admission of guilt. Instead, he sees it as a process of discovering her own strength. This perspective has brought a colossal sense of relief to the couple. The dynamic has shifted from one of management, Karum managing Hande's emotions, to one of partnership. The bond of trust has been fortified not by grand romantic gestures, but by the quiet safety of knowing that they are on the same team. Karum is reportedly smiling more than ever, a physical manifestation of the lightness he now feels. The effects of this inner work are already visible to those paying attention. Hande Erçel has reportedly begun spending more time with herself, taking quiet walks outside of her filming schedule, and consciously distancing herself from the dopamine loop of social media. This digital detox is a crucial component of her healing. Even her fans have noticed the shift. In the first weeks of the new year, the tranquility Hande displayed in her posts did not go unnoticed. Her facial expressions are softer, her poses less performative, her words more grounded. It is the aura of a woman undergoing an inner transformation. She is trying to understand the roots of her jealousy, and that awareness is working in her favor. She is no longer reactive, she is reflective. What does this mean for the future of Hande? It means they are building a house on stone rather than sand. The minor arguments of the past, fueled by insecurity and noise, have given way to longer, deeper conversations. They are listening to each other with an attentiveness that was previously drowned out by the static of their anxieties. It is observed that the couple now prefers to keep their relationship out of the public eye, but on a more solid foundation. Their social media posts show a balanced approach, less performative validation, more genuine connection. They are avoiding big announcements and ostentatious displays because they no longer need the world to validate their love. They validate it themselves. This silence is not a sign of distance, it is a sign of security. And so, we find ourselves witnessing a reconciliation born not from a breakup, but from a breakthrough. The story of Kerem Bürsin and Hande Erçel has entered its strongest phase yet. Kerem's last wish has been granted. Hande's brave step has been taken. And together, they have proven that the new year can be more than just a change of dates, it can be a true new beginning of the heart. Thank you for exploring this inspiring journey with us on Anything You Want. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the psychology of love, please leave a comment. What is your wish for this couple in 2026? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update on this unfolding love story. And to our Join members, thank you for making this channel possible. Until next time, remember that the most beautiful love stories are the ones where people grow together. Goodbye.